Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. This is a reading for the week of the 3rd of April, Aries. And firstly, as usual, we'll start with what's been going on for you. Then we'll look at the week of the 3rd of April and what the challenges might be and what might be coming in to help you. I hope you've been good. I hope everything's been going well in your world, Aries. Let's see. Now remember, these are general, so they may or may not resonate. But here we go, straight out, 2 big cards on the table, Aries, the Hermit and Strength. So it feels like you've been in this sort of very deep contemplation energy here with the Hermit, looking at things from a higher perspective, Aries, looking at facing something, dealing with something. The Strength card is really calling on you to find your courage, not that you wouldn't normally anyway, Aries, but that's what I'm seeing in these cards. It's like you're having a big look at something and it feels quite significant because it's calling on you to be strong, have courage to see this. Okay. So let's have a look at the week of the 3rd of April and see what's going on. So we've got the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the Death card, the Empress, the 9 of Swords, and Temperance. So Aries, it feels like out of that energy you've been in about looking at this, and because it's general, it's going to be different for everyone, how that shows in your life or if it resonates at all. But there's a sense here of, news coming in, new information, new details, new data, news of some sort that really feels like you get quite inspired by this. There's a lot of passion, a lot of positivity. There's a sense almost of urgency about moving forward, wanting to sort of get going, wanting to shift. For some of you, you might be looking at shifting house or moving. There's a strength here of you, Aries, as someone very capable, very independent, very entrepreneurial, very intuitive, listening to that. And it's like you begin the journey. It's like there's a shift or a change for you, Aries. Now, for some of you, you might be dealing with a mother, or it might be you in your mother energy, and something that's creating a little bit of a thinking challenge here for you. But I find emotionally with this card, it would suggest you come into balance pretty well. A little bit of, waking up at 3 a.m. and thinking. So it's important to keep your emotional balance as you navigate this, because it feels like change is upon you in some way, shape or form, Aries. You're okay in yourself, I feel, but it's the situation that feels like it's something you've got to deal with, something you've got to face, something that is giving you a little bit of angst in your thinking. So what's the challenge in this for you? 8 of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. So the challenge might be something to do with the finances. Maybe you need to speak to someone about that. Maybe there's, something to do, or how you navigate your work responsibilities at the same time as what this is. For some of you, you might need to get some financial guidance on how you can navigate this. Because the challenge, when we get the 8 of Pentacles, it's like you're working on this, you've spent time doing this. And the King of Pentacles as a positive card would be abundance, generosity, sharing, well resourced. But because these are coming as a challenge, it's like perhaps there's not quite enough, and you've got to look at how you can navigate this financially. Or perhaps your workplace is the challenge for you in this. And how you would, if you are shifting, it's like, how am I going to do that? Because I need to stay in this area for my work or something like that. So let's look at what comes in to help you. Seven of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Knight. Yeah, it does feel like it's got something to do with a work scenario here, but it also impacts the home energy too. There's a lot of Pentacles. So a lot of energy about finances and practical matters, Aries. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I'm just looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pentacle cards are on the table. It's a lot. It's like, yeah. And Pentacles, as we know in the Tarot, talk about our finances, but they can also talk about the practical aspects of life and how we manage our, 3D practical life, day-to-day operations, and our own sense of where we feel value and where we want to spend our time, and how we consider that. Because the Seven of Pentacles says, I feel like for some of you, you've been putting in a lot of time and energy on something, and you're kind of wondering whether it's really returned you what you wanted. The challenge of the Eight of Pentacles sitting in the challenge can also talk about that, about this has become maybe a bit boring, a bit routine, mundane. I'm not suggesting that for everyone. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it. But it's kind of got this sense of it, because it's like you're a bit tired. It's like, I'm not sure I want to keep doing this. And you're trying to find your balance here. And you're really giving, I often think the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles have a very similar energy. There's a stillness here of giving something a lot of thought. It feels like there's an opportunity gets presented to you, Aries, and you're giving it a lot of thought. It's kind of like, where do I want to be 12 months from now? What am I going to spend my time and energy doing? And will it bring me what I hope it will? It's a very deep, still contemplation. All right, so I'm just going to close your reading out with a message from Spirit. If you choose this, Aries, it's got a sense, because we've got the Strength card right at the top. It does feel like there'd be a bit of change involved for you, something with this, and it's how you'd go about that. So the cards that have come out for a look are the Three of Swords, which feels like it sits here as well. It's that time to heal the thinking that caused the emotional angst, is the feeling there. And we have the Four of Wands and the Fool. And the Fool says this is a new opportunity, a new adventure. Is there risk? Maybe. And I feel like that's what you've got to weigh up, Aries. It's like you've got to give this some deep contemplation, because the Fool says yes. Part of you wants to be the Knight of Wands and just throw caution to the wind and gallop off. But the Fool also says, there could be risk involved in this, and that's what you're weighing up here. Four of Wands says this is a beautiful gateway energy. This is about community, feeling happiness, celebration, joy, sharing. It's almost this, it's that everyone getting together and sharing and enjoying and celebrating all the abundance and resources around you. So it's a very collaborative, collective energy, but it's full of joy. So feels like a big opportunity, Aries, that's in front of you. You know, and you've got to decide whether it's right for you. You've all got, as we all do, we've all got our free will, so you've got to work out how this feels for you. But the thing that helps too is remembering how strong you are. You know, the Nine of Wands, whilst you might feel a little bit sort of soul weary sometimes with this card, it also is a card of resilience and strength, and remembering that of yourself, Aries. It ties in with this strength card here of, yes, you're strong. Yeah. Big Waite by the look of it. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And you're welcome to pop something in the comments. Thanks, Aries. Have a great week, and bye from me.